Christ Be Our Light is the hymn of the day for the first Sunday of Advent. Composed by Bernadette Farrell.
She was born in West Yorkshire in 1957. Long a champion of social justice, she served as a community organizer in London, working in the local chapter of Citizens UK, who worked for fair housing, a living wage, proper policing, and healthcare access. In fact, she was the first deputy director of Citizens UK. She arrived in the liturgical music scene as a founding member of the St. Thomas More group. This group was a parish-based study center, opened in 1969 by Father Winston, focused on promoting the liturgical reforms of Vatican II, especially through music. Interesting history is that the center started off life in a local pub, like our Kyrie. Then it moved next door to a brothel and closed in 1995. Farrell studied at King's College London and then at the Guildhall School of Music, and for 6 years she was on the staff of the Allen Hall Seminary, encouraging formation of lay liturgical ministries. Recently, she collaborated with fellow composers in Our Common Home. Inspired by Pope Francis' encyclical, these songs speak of care for creation, poverty, and solidarity. Here are Robert Moorhead's comments. He's Director of Music Ministries at Emmanuel Church in Vienna, Virginia.
What I want us to think of, the great thing about this text and this song is this is about justice and peace and bringing Christ to the streets, believe it or not. Bernadette Farrell does that in London. So this is why I think this quote really fits, coming from John Lim. Her melodies are inspired and her lyrics inspiring. She has a way of communicating the gospel message that gets under your skin. Every song is like a mini homily, calling people to live their lives in such a way that makes God's kingdom a reality on earth as it is in heaven. And that's probably why this song is so popular, not just in the Lutheran Church, also very much in the Catholic Church. It just came into the Glory to God hymnal in the Presbyterian Church. Lots of denominations are adding this, because this is basically a missionary on the streets sharing from her heart and praying for Christ to be our light. What's interesting is she is, checking the name here, she's a lead organizer for Citizens UK, where generally she asks this question: how can we together make London and the United Kingdom a fairer, safer, and more welcoming place to live? So, and this is a quote by her herself, in the scriptures, justice is all about relationships, right relationships actually. When we get our relationships right, there is some hope that a just society will emerge. Community organizing is a great way to facilitate this. And I'm going to go back to that quote and say, when we get our relationships right, well, when you think about that, she's using the gift of relationship, very likely to share Christ, on the streets of London.